Howdy.
Today on the Matt and Ann Show, we welcome Dodger legend Manny Mota. Welcome to the show, Manny.
Thank you, thank you, Anthony. Thank you for having me. It's a great honor and great pleasure to be with you, to have the opportunity to spend some time with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. My first question is, 2 months ago, we lost Dodger legend Tommy Lasorda, and you were with him for about, I think, 30 years. You have any great memories you can share with us of Tommy?
Everything about Tommy is a great memory. He was a great man, great person, great human being, excellent manager. He was a person who helped a lot to develop a lot of players. He treated players with a lot of great deal of respect and consideration. He was a great motivator. He increased a lot of people's confidence. And as I said before, he developed a lot of, not only a lot of players, a lot of good players who supposed to be in the near future in the Hall of Fame. I cannot have the right word to describe Tommy Lasorda because Tommy, he was somebody special for the game, person who care about people and care about the needy people. He always was there to help and made the player to take the game to a higher level. That was Tommy Lasorda.
Wow, amazing. Would that be yeah? You've been with for a while. Is there a favorite moment that you have being with the LA team with the Dodgers?
You have a favorite moment from being with the Dodgers all these years?
Well, a lot of great moments I have with this organization. And also with Tommy, Tommy he was very funny. Always have a joke to talk about. And we really enjoy being around Tommy because he make everybody be loose and be relaxed. So for me, I have a great moment with the organization. A lot of trio, especially when we win the World Series, playing the playoff. A lot of special moment. I love this good organization. This is an organization with a lot of mystic and winning tradition. The Dodgers are winning tradition, and one proof of that is that winning the World Series last year. So always this organization had been class organization. Always put a contender on the field, like they did last year, win the World Series, and this year they planning to repeat. They planning only to go to the World Series. They planning to win the World Series again because this city deserves it. Because they wait for 32 years for dying. Now they enjoy it. They enjoy, they were patient enough, and that patient paid the price because the Dodgers are the world champions. And not only that, LA, they got the champion. LA Lakers and LA Dodgers are the same year. So I'm very pleased and proud to be part of that history. And I enjoy every minute, every hour, and every second which I spend in this organization and also in this beautiful city.
And you're a very important part of the legacy that the Dodgers have in LA. What are your thoughts on the Dodgers having Trevor Bauer this season?
I feel he's a great acquisition. Now the pitching staff is going to be much better. It's going to be much deeper because Trevor Bauer, he was a Cy Young last year, and he got a lot to show with this ball club to contribute. He's a great competitor. He's a wonderful person, and they happy and pleased to have him with the ball club. If you check the rotation now, you got three Cy Young. You got Price, you got Kershaw, and now you got Bauer. Otherwise, the rest of the thing is good, but I feel now with the acquisition of Trevor Bauer, the opportunity or the chance for the Dodgers to repeat us much, much better.
You think because he dominated through those 12 games last year, you think he can do it for 30 games? The same thing he did last year, this year?
I believe so because he got the stuff. He got the stuff to do it. He got the determination. He got a lot of passion for the game. He always been a winner. And here with the Dodgers, he's going to be in great company with those pitchers. He's going to adjust to the Dodger culture, and he's going to contribute not only on the field, also off the field with getting together with the organization to join the great community. Remember, he's from LA, he's happy, and he said he can learn a lot being around the great pitchers like Price, Kershaw, and Bueller because they are great pitchers. And being here, he feels he's going to learn a lot, and that's going to make him not only better pitcher, also better person.
Uh, would that be is there a favorite uh, a favorite player that reminds you of yourself in the league right now?
Is there a player in the league right now that reminds you of yourself?
There's a lot of good players in the league. They are better than me. I was just lucky to have a career which I pleased with and happy and grateful for what I accomplished with the game and also what the game giving back to me. I appreciate being around good players. I learn a lot from all of them, and that's a great honor. I consider my person a blessed person because I had the opportunity to play around great ball players.
We were just talking about the pitching staff, and currently Julio Urias is slated at 5, but he was so phenomenal out of the bullpen in the playoffs. Do you think he should be the closer or a setup man, or do you think he's better fit for that 5th slot?
Well, I think, in my opinion, he's a starter. I think he will start about maybe 25 games this season, but he can be used a lot of ways, a lot of different ways. He can be closer, he can be long reliever, and he can be also starter. He's a very valuable piece on the Dodger pitching staff. See, because the Dodgers have got a lot of depth in the rotation. They got Manny, now he's getting better command. He's ready. And Urias and the other 5, that gives you 7 starting pitchers. That way you can rest Kershaw, you can rest Price, because you have to consider Price didn't pitch last year. And he's going to need a lot of work to get to the point where he can be a productive pitcher for the Dodgers. They going easy with him, and when he get ready, he's the type of guy. He's a great competitor. He's the type of guy. Every time you go to the mound, he's going to give you consistency star. He's going to give you a quality star because most of the time when he pitch, he cover 6 innings and more.
We mentioned a lot of great players. We look at you as a great player. Where do you rate yourself as a player? In the top 10 or the top 100? Where do you rate yourself?
Where do you rate your career you had? You had a great 20-year career. Where do you rate it?
Well, I say I was lucky. I wasn't that good, but I thank God. I'm grateful for giving me the ability to accomplish what I accomplished. But I don't think I was a good player. I think I was more lucky than good. But I'm proud of myself, what I get to the game, because every time I put the uniform, I get my team, defense, and everybody 150%.
Um, Early in your career, you got to play in Pittsburgh with Roberto Clemente. What was that like to play with such a great player in Roberto?
Oh boy, that was a great honor and great privilege to have the opportunity to be a teammate of one of the best players in the baseball history. Clemente, he was not only a good player, he was a great, great human being. He was a person who really cared about the other people, especially about the poor people. He was a great human being, great player, and also Clemente, he was a person who not tolerate injustice. He was everybody to be treated with respect and fair, and he always defend and protect the Latin American player and also the African American. That was Roberto Clemente.
And um, before you hop into a game or got ready for a game, is there anything that you used to do before a game?
Did you have any superstitions before games?
Well, everybody has superstitions in this game. If anybody says doesn't have superstition, they lying to you. Yeah, but I respect people. I learn how to respect people's opinion, even if I disagree. But everybody's different. And you have to treat everybody the way they are. But superstition always exists in this game.
Everyone has different ways they entered the game. How did you get in your love for the game of baseball, and who was the one player you idolized?
Well, I remember it was about maybe 10 years old, and the Brooklyn Dodgers, they played exhibition game in the Dominican Republic, and that was the first time I saw Jackie Robinson play. And when I saw Jackie Robinson play that day, since that day, Jackie Robinson began to be my hero in the major league. I followed Robinson's career and I tried to emulate him, being the player he was. He played hard, with pride, dignity, and a lot of passion for the game. Jackie Robinson, without a doubt, was my hero when I was little and also when I came up to the major league.
What is your thoughts right now? Because probably the only team I think that could compete with the Dodgers right now is the Padres. What do you think of that budding rivalry between the two teams? Because for the longest time it was the Giants and the Dodgers, but now it looks like it's Padres and Dodgers.
It's going to be very interesting and very exciting to see those two teams play against each other because they both have great pitching staff as starters, and they got a great ball club. And that rivalry is growing more and more and more. San Diego is getting better. The Dodgers know that. They got a good team. They got a great competition against them. And it's going to be exciting when you see those guys facing each other. Because right before, as you mentioned, the rivalry was between the Giants and the Dodgers. But now, began to be new rivalry, the San Diego Padres and the LA Dodgers. San Diego, the team is getting better. They made some move which make them to be better and stronger. And the competition is going to be nice. It's going to be good for baseball, good for the fans, and good also for the players because when those two teams face each other, each individual player, they're going to raise this game to a higher level. And they're going to compete with a lot of passion and a lot of dignity. And everybody going to focus. If they get 100% when they play some other team, when they play each other, I think the level of the game is going to increase about 200%.
You know, in your rivalry game for you, what was your game plan going into it, or did you have any?
Did you have like certain players show up for certain games more than they do others? Like we're from Philadelphia, and Chase Utley always showed up when he played against the Mets. Like it didn't matter how bad he was doing before the game. When he played the Mets, he had his best games. Was there like a team for you that like when you played them, you had your best games, you always dominated?
Well, sometimes you do better against one team better than you do against the other team. So you try harder, you try hard the time, but sometimes you're lucky. You're lucky to play better against one team than different than the other team. So, but you always focus and do your best, and that's happened. That's happens. You have more luck against one team that you don't have against other.
Well, I want to thank Manny for being on the Matt and Ann show. It's an absolute pleasure. I'm a diehard Dodger fan. I know Ann is too.
Yeah.
So having you on was an absolute honor. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me. It's been a great honor and great pleasure to have the opportunity to spend some time with you. And thank you so much. God bless you. And I can see you guys got a lot of knowledge of the game because you asked some beautiful questions. God bless you, and thank you for having me with you today.
Thank you so much. Manny Mota, everyone.
Keep it up, Anthony, keep it up.